Today's podcast is brought to you by My Big Head. Just kidding. Jeez, this is a great Monday. itpro.tv. You can go to itpro.tv/ring for a free special offer. And Paul is
Speaking of big heads,
special place. Where's Paul?
hey, sorry. Oh, did you want to know where I was?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm in a hotel in Philadelphia. We got friends visiting, so we're here for a couple of days.
Wow. Sounds like...
It's craptacular.
I was going to say, sounds like you're having a great Monday there, Paul.
I can't explain to you how my morning has gone. I'll just say that it's not been positive, and we'll leave it at that.
Well, we are here to talk about things, supposedly. I'm waiting for it. Maybe it's gone live by the time this podcast goes out. Microsoft has supposedly bought Risk IQ for about 500-ish or million dollar dues. So,
what do we know about this company? I recognize the name, but they must come up from time to time somehow.
Yeah, so they're based out of San Francisco, founded in 2009, and they put out an annual security report and some other stuff, but effectively their pitch is that they extend your security layer beyond the firewall. And actually, they've got a bunch of data sets and other things that can apply to your business and help you just be more secure, which I don't know if you've paid any attention to, like the entire internet for the past, I don't know, 7 months. It's pretty much a dumpster fire of nation states just hacking private companies. It's great.
Right.
So
Yeah, okay. No, that explains it. I definitely have heard of the company. I'm not obviously that familiar with it, but good.
Yeah. So Microsoft appears to be snatching them up. Usually, the only reason I hesitated was because Paul and I both know, usually when they acquire somebody like that, they announce it right at 9 a.m. on a Monday. And it's now 9:03 a.m. on a Monday.
Leaked by Dina Bass.
Yes, this comes from Bloomberg, by the way. So it's...
Yeah, this is a reliable source.
Yes, Dina's usually... actually, she's exceptionally pretty good with acquisitions in the Microsoft world, so... Yeah. Did you watch any of the sports ball this weekend, Paul?
You know what I did, and all of it was against my will. Apparently, there's some kind of big soccer thing happening.
Yes.
This is how big this is. For people like my age, it's unclear how soccer became popular in the United States, because when I was growing up, it was not popular at all. And we tried to get in. There's a really famous bar here that's like their oldest continually operated something. I don't know what it is. And was packed, and it was all people watching this soccer game. So we went around to another place around the corner. It was on in there, but there were only a few people in there. And then we were out on the street, and a cheer broke out in the city. Like it was so loud, it was louder than the city, you know? And I guess this was from the terrible way that most soccer games end during a tournament, where there's a kind of a shootout kind of a thing, which is like, hey, thanks for playing soccer for 3 hours. We're just going to kick balls into a net and declare a winner.
Yes, I'm convinced that PKs were created by a dad who was tired of watching his kid play soccer and was like, "Look, how do we end this game with a?"
Yeah. I have some ideas for fixing soccer, but I won't bother anyone with those because it probably won't be positively received. Right. Is that the sports you were referring to, or is there other things going on?
Well, there's also Wimbledon.
What's that?
There's also Wimbledon.
Oh. Wow, see, that has not entered my radar at all.
Yep. The Italians almost took Wimbledon and the Euros, but they lost out to, I believe he's Croatian.
Okay.
So, yeah, we had that.
That one I did not see.
We also had my daughter's swim practice, which was also...
that was actually on one TV.
Anyway, so I think I'm going to do something dumb, and I think I'm going to update my computer upstairs to Windows 11. I think I'm just going to...
You're like the addict that just can't walk away.
I can't. Well, the problem is I have it on this computer, and I'm like, it looks kind of nice. And it's, knock on wood, been really stable.
Yeah, I've just had that File Explorer problem so far, but I will say, this is a review laptop I'm using here, and it's Windows 10, and I have been using Windows 11 full time, since it can't, the leak or whatever. And honestly, I'm looking at this thing, and it's like, and this is kind of dire looking. Like, it's interesting how it's really just it's not a dramatic refresh. I mean, if you did like a side-by-side thing, you'd be like, oh, yeah, everything's basically the same. But this thing looks old to me all of a sudden,
that's typical. Well, there's two ways you can kind of look at a UI design. What you just
Yeah.
said, like when something comes out and you look at the old one, you're like, that looks like instantly dated. That's usually a good sign. And then
Right.
there's also the one where you look at it and you're like, that's a dumpster fire, which is the Windows 8
Right. Right.
update. So,
Yeah, I'm sure Brad Wardell's going to retire off the money he made fixing Windows 8, but you know, and I'm sure he'll do okay with Windows 11 too. But I mean, and thank God for Microsoft dropping support for the classic start menu apparently, and that will help guys like him. But yeah, that's a great. I don't know what you call it. I think of it as the downgrade test, I guess. But you know, you go back to the old thing, and you're like, oh no, you know, we just used this thing for 6 years. We're so used to it, and you'd think it would just be natural and normal. But I'm like, you know. It just looks bad. I mean, there's little functional things I do like about it, like when you right-click the taskbar and you actually get options.
that has by far, I think, been the most annoying thing of using this is you have those ingrained, I know where the context menus are and what's in them, and then especially clicking on the taskbar. I mean, you went from a plethora of options to Chromebook options. Like
just one. It's weird. Like I feel like it could support 5 or 6.
I think we could. Yeah, I think that's one of the areas that could definitely be improved. But if you are looking to improve your IT skills, you can go to itpro.tv/f first. Oh my God, I just totally imagined that. We're gonna try that again. If you want to improve your IT skills like I cannot on a Monday, you can go to itpro.tv/ring for a free offer exclusive for our First Ring Daily listeners. And itpro.tv is a robust area and learning platform where you can learn more about the latest technologies. You can stay up to speed. You can upskill yourself with technology and features and tools that feel more like a conversation and less like a classroom. Head on over to itpro.tv/ring to get your trial offer and learn more about upskilling yourself, including, I don't know if they have Windows 11 yet. That's probably actually...
Probably not, right? It just
I mean it's weeks old at this point.
What is the business case for this thing? It's literally boils down to the single sentence. You know those tools you were using in Windows 10? Yeah, they all work the same.
Yeah, and then there's the, I don't want to call them soft changes, but like the servicing changes.
Actually, that's a big deal.
But those aren't features, though. Like, that's not, now can users do that? It's like, now your users are annoyed less, is the...
Well, I mean, there may be a rich area to explore later with regards to settings you can make to maybe make it look a little more like the previous thing, so there's less training or something like that. But anyway, there's not a lot, I would say.
Yeah. So I did do some research, by the way. Some research. So in the dire event that Microsoft doesn't want to support my 7900X upstairs, for the low price of about $700, I can get a Cascade Lake CPU, which is officially supported. But
so it's just a drop-in part.
It should be, I believe.
What's this system? Is this something you built like a desktop?
Yeah, it's a custom rig. So I believe the chip socket is LGA 2600. I might be wrong on that, but
so does your computer have a TPM, but not? It's like a 7th gen with a TPM.
It has TPM 2.0. So it's
okay.
It meets all of the requirements except that it's 7th gen.
$700.
Yep.
Or is it 11th gen?
I think it's. I don't know. It's Cascade Lake. It might be.
I don't even know what that is.
10th gen.
It's a 10.5.
Yeah, like it's a
whatever.
It's on their list.
So you have like a. You must. Is it like a K or whatever series? What's the series?
It's 10. Starts with a 10.
No. I mean like UK. You know what I mean? Like they don't really use these letters anymore. You know, they've changed them in the latest gen. But
it's actually X, I think.
X.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I have a 7900X, and I have to effectively upgrade to another.
Is it like a lot of cores? Like 8
yeah,
cores,
it's like the reason why it's so expensive. It's like 14 cores or something.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Well, this is what kills me.
Oh no, I was just wondering why it was so expensive. All right, that makes sense.
My current desktop upstairs is a 10-core, 20-thread CPU. And that's what kills me. It's like, Microsoft, really? And someone's going to be like, well, you could probably get away with like an 8. But let me explain. Like, I edit so much video that having that many cores allows me to continue to work while it's rendering in the background. That's
you could use an M1 based MacBook Air. It'd probably be just as good. That's what everyone tells you.
I didn't come here to feel. I didn't come
Which,
here.
by the way, would also cost about $700.
Yeah, no kidding. So we'll see. I'm still optimistic that they're gonna enable that.
Yeah, you know what? I don't bet on anything. If I were going to bet money, that's where I would put my money. There's no way they don't let in seventh gen. This may literally have been their original design.
Hmm.
I guess this is conspiracy theory now because they're really not that savvy, but it would be really interesting to later discover, like, yeah, we always wanted to let in seventh gen, but we wanted to see how far we could push it, and our real goal was to get rid of sixth and older, and and then they could look like they're giving into the community and they're responding to feedback, and so it's kind of like a good PR thing. But anyway, I do think whatever the rationale, whatever the truth, I do think seventh gen.
I think that one was a little optimistic and a little more caring from the heart of
Camp. I know. No, it's just like we get a little more credit than they deserve.
Yeah, like they initially all right, we know people are going to get angry. Let's give them a reason. Then we'll come back, and then we'll make it good.
Yeah. Let's piss them off right up front, and then they'll come racing back for the hug.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, how much longer are you in the land of cream cheese?
Tomorrow. So we'll be here tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay. That's not too far from your house, is it?
It's like an hour and 20.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Well, as all the cool kids say, go in Philadelphia and ring the bell.
So you can't ring the bell, but if you go to Allentown, which is very close to where I live, they have a facsimile. Actually, they created a fake bell, which they carted around the colonies during the war, hoping the British would find that one and think they had destroyed the Liberty Bell, but they never did. But you can ring that bell, and I guess it's like exactly the same. I know. History. It's fun.
It's funny. You bring that up, and it's like Cincinnati is something sort of similar, I guess, maybe slightly larger in scale. Mm-hmm. You know the Brooklyn Bridge, right? Everybody knows what the Brooklyn. So they built the first iteration of that in Cincinnati. It's called the Roebling Bridge, and it looks it's like the exact same thing. And we all kind of joke, it's like they tested it here to make sure it worked, and if we all died, it was fine.
Sure.
And then they
said,
"Oh, that
Lisbon,
works."
By the way, there's a copy of, well, I don't know, copy, but the same company made the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, and they're identical. But they're almost identical. They look identical, but there's actually like a second or another level below the road that I think trains drive through, like commuter trains. But if you look at it from a distance, it looks exactly like San Francisco.
There you go. Much like if you look at a distance from. Why did it? This is. I set this up. Like it doesn't want to work.
This is going to be the longest week of our lives. I can already tell.
Why is it not going to? Oh, so there's something broken in Windows 11. Look.
There you go. See, that's what happens.
See, you can't see it.
Well, you get the little, you can see it. You get the little highlight thing, but you can't click.
Yeah, there's no arrow over there.
This is a bug in the Photos app, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you open the Photos app and you can do what you're doing in page right through images because you have like 50 of them in a folder. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it just doesn't let you do that. And I have no explanation for that.
Yep. But we do have an explanation of where you should go after the listening to this podcast, which is itpro.tv/ring, and check them out. They are good peoples. They've got good software. They've got good training. We'll catch all of you right back here tomorrow on hopefully less Calamity Daily.
Let me see if I can make my head bigger tomorrow.